Welcome to the Gentlemen Geek Podcast with your hosts Peter and Andy. Follow us on Twitter at gentlemen_geek. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Gentlemen Geek Podcast. I am your host Peter, and with me as always Andy Hara. How are you doing today, sir?
Tired, but good.
All right.
Reasons to be revealed at a later date.
There you go. So we got a great show for you today. But before we jump into it, I do just want to let you all know that we are a bi-weekly podcast talking about everything geekdom. Check us out at gentlemengeek.com, and you can always check out the show on YouTube. Just search Gentlemen Geek Podcast. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Let's get into it.
Geekly Rewind.
Geekly Rewind.
All right. So, we are going to be discussing the news, or a couple topics, kind of recapping some previous topics that we've discussed in the past. The first one's going to be Google Stadia has announced a release date.
Yeah.
Yay!
Surprising.
Doom! November 19th, 2019, when supposedly Google's going to change the gaming industry. It's not going to change the gaming industry.
No, I don't know. I'm just not interested in it.
At all.
I've got enough ways to play my games.
Yeah, I don't need it on the run.
Got my Switch for that.
Exactly. I don't want to be carrying a Chromecast around everywhere. But
Nope.
Like you said, the Switch is perfectly...
Got a
my
Switch for that.
phone is perfectly fine to play games on. So, I don't know about you, but for me, I've been getting more and more bad vibes from Google Stadia the more I listen to their conferences or listen to people who have had hands-on ability. Like, don't get me wrong, it sounds like it's going to be smooth, the experience. However, when you take a look at it, or when you think about it, it's going to be like Netflix, where the game will be there. Yes, you can purchase games through Google Stadia. That's not what I'm getting at. If you're going to be streaming, subscribing to their service and streaming the games, the game can be taken off the platform at any time. And Netflix, it's fine for Netflix to do that because you watch a movie and it's an experience. You don't generally go back to it and interact like you do with a video game.
Well, I mean, there's a few movies on Netflix that I watch repeatedly. I'm not going to lie. But...
Sure. And that's fine. You can make the same argument. Well, then you can just go buy a hard copy of it if you like it so much. However, it's just like with a video game, you can have multiple experiences with the one thing. And if it's going to be streaming and taken off, that to me is just a killer. It's just dead in the water to me because I want to be able to go back to that game. What if you're in the middle of a campaign or something like that, or middle of a story mission?
And it gets yanked?
And it gets yanked. Now you're spending money on the subscription. Now you have to go buy a hard copy of it. You can't just go it alone on Google Stadia.
Well, now you know why I'm so hardcore about physical media.
I can see your point here, and I agree with you. This is one instance where physical wins out, but I still enjoy digital copies, the convenience of it and everything like that.
The thing that's nice about digital copies is
digital download, yeah.
It doesn't take up anything but hard drive space,
right.
And that, yeah, I get it, but I like looking at what I have, know.
Yeah.
I like to have it displayed. I
Sure.
like to show it.
When I like a game when I really, really like a game, I should say, I will get it physical, and I'll try to get like a tin case or aluminum case, whatever they're made out of, like my Dragon Age Origins. Love that game.
Yep.
So I went out and I just got the case. I don't even have the game. I just like the case so much that I got it, and it came with a cool burlap map or canvas map or whatever. And it's pretty neat.
I've got the steel book for Fallout 4.
Yeah.
It came with the Pip-Boy edition.
Yeah, which we will be discussing shortly in one of our topics.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's just another. They keep just dragging this out. They should have released Stadia or opened it to the wild a long time ago. I think it's
probably. I think
the hype train has gotten to a certain point where I think we're going down. At least for me, I was kind of excited about it, but now I'm kind of like,
yeah, you were really excited at first, and I was like, man.
The more and more I think about it, it's just.
Us old timers don't care
Poopers.
about stuff like that. I want my physical copy.
So that's the news from coming out from Google. Julia Wedding singer. All right. Netflix released a bit of behind the scenes on our next topic. We did discuss this episodes ago, I think last winter almost. Cowboy Bebop is in production. Yay! This is the live action Cowboy Bebop with Netflix. However, there's no projected release date yet, which is, it's in production. They're not going to be able to do that. But I watched it and I got excited. It was all in the Corgi Ein, E-I-N, I believe it's pronounced Ein. It was all by his point of view, so they must have strapped a camera to him, or that someone just held a handle camera and like did his walking path or whatever. But it was from his point of view, and then he jumps on his seat and starts drinking his water with the name Ein on the front of it, and all the other cast members around him. And it was just kind of cool to see who's. I didn't actually look at the cast yet to see who's playing who, but you can kind of see them in kind of.
I haven't watched.
Yeah,
I haven't watched the
behind the scenes
thing yet.
It's like a behind the scenes / teaser / it's not really a trailer because there's no episode anything in it. It's just a cast, so it's kind of cool. So that was kind of exciting just to know that it is in production now. We'll move on to the next topic. And you had just sent this before we started recording, and I can't believe this, but the SNES Switch controllers are still out of stock. Now,
I out of stock on pre-orders.
Thank you. As soon as you sent this, I'm like, that can't. What? People must be complaining about this.
You went right to the website. You looked for yourself, didn't you?
I did, but then I also looked for articles of people saying their experience, like have they gotten it?
You know how often I go to their website to see if they're available?
Hourly,
almost every other day to every day.
Yeah.
I've been checking since they announced them.
Well, according to some articles that I read, the day they announced it, they were out of stock. So I'm assuming people in Japan.
But you're taking pre-orders.
I know, and that's so bizarre.
A pre-order is intended to get an idea of how many you need to produce to sell.
I agree. Yeah.
How do you sell out a pre-order?
I think Nintendo either did it backwards, and I want to discuss this too, because this isn't the first time they've done this type of thing. This might be just Nintendo's strategy to produce hype / demand for a product that they already have well overproduced in the warehouse, just sitting there.
I'm sure they're just sitting on them.
Yeah, they're either sitting on them and trying to build up this fever pitch.
I think it's a marketing ploy.
Yeah, they did it with the mini consoles their mini. You got
the
classic
NES,
consoles.
The NES classics were a limited run. We're not
going to make them anymore. We're not going to make them anymore.
They took a lot of backlash on that.
And then they started making them again. Yep. So they will be available at some point. The NES, the original Nintendo system, the controllers for the Switch are in stock on the website. You can get them now. And I remember those being on short order as well. But I guess original announcement, out of stock immediately. Then they were back in stock early October. And then immediately sold out of the pre-orders. So again, I think they're just doing this in tiers. Maybe it's to meet shipping expectations. I don't know.
It's annoying.
It's annoying.
Just take my money. Take my pre-order. I don't care if I get them after Christmas.
Yeah.
Just take my goddamn money.
That's how pre-orders normally work. Is
I give you my money and
I wait for the product.
And I wait for it.
Yeah. That's how pre-orders work. But I guess Nintendo has different ideas.
Yeah.
Let us know on Twitter at Gentlemen_Geek if you were able to pre-order the SNES Switch controller. We'd like to know. Just if any of you are lucky out there. I know some of the listeners from the Switch Corp, some kind of Twitter group online. Let us know. All right. Did you have anything else you wanted to add to that one?
Take my money.
Let's get into the news and notes.
News and notes from Everything Geek.
Boom. Alrighty. So, news and notes this week. We have some original content for y'all. News has kind of been slow a little bit lately, so kind of had to come up with some things on our own. Yep. So here we go. Hope you like it. First topic we're going to talk about is demos and trials. Maybe how they molded us as gamers or consumers as we were young and growing up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about their current state. Let's not go into nostalgia land yet. Let's talk about their current state. do you think demos and trials are still good? Do you think they're good for the consumer? Do you think they're good for the industry?
Yes.
I agree. Next topic. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I agree. When a game, I think it was around it's probably around the 360 era, not going too far back yet, that demos seemed more prevalent than they are now. Like it's right when digital was kind of coming into its own, right?
Yeah.
So I think
demos kind of went away for a little bit.
It felt like that, right?
It did to me.
Yeah, it definitely felt like they went
definitely
away.
Starting to make a comeback.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna talk about that too. But during that 360 era, I remember there just being more. Just you could just go in the marketplace and try out demos all day long.
Oh yeah,
it felt like that, And then now it's hit or miss. A lot of the AAA games that are put under crunch and they gotta push the game out. They don't release a demo because I think that they're afraid that people won't like the vanilla game without DLC or without patches.
Well, plus, I think they do the what's the early release program that they're doing.
With the Game Pass.
Not with Game Pass. It's like
betas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like early.
Yeah.
It's a section in Xbox.
Like Destiny came out and did betas. They did beta A and beta B before the original Destiny 1 released, which was kind of unique. That's usually a PC thing where they have beta testing. But I do remember if you were in the Xbox Live,
there's a section
group
of games that you can play that while they're in development.
I didn't see that. Oh, that's is that the content creator one, like the Xbox indie games type thing, or is it for actual straight up games?
Oh, actual straight up games too.
Well, then that's good. So that's kind of different than demos and trials. Demos and trials usually after the game comes out, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But that is really cool because the community can help mold and shape the game before it's even released.
Well, I think that's the intent of it.
Yeah, to fix bugs.
But
it kind of sucks for game testers who made careers out of being a game tester because
yeah.
they're out of a job and Xbox gets all this free feedback now.
No more grandma's boy. Sorry.
Oh, I got high score. What does that mean?
Ooh.
Did I break it? Yeah. So that's kind of how I feel about them right now. Did you, and this is kind of a silly question, but did you ever purchase a game based off of a demo?
In the past?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, my one big experience with a game demo that kind of led me down to purchasing the game was Tomba. We talked about it in the last episode. It's funny because I was talking with our buddy, and it didn't occur to me that back in the day I had this nostalgic feeling because Tomba was a kind of a long demo. I never actually played the full game until Mike let me borrow it.
You just kept playing the demo over and over again.
I kept playing the demo over and over again. And I remember getting frustrated back then because I'd get to a certain point and I couldn't get past it. And it didn't tell you why you couldn't get past it. I just thought I missed something.
Because it was the end of the demo.
Exactly. And it occurred to me.
It's not like today where they say, this is the end.
Right.
Thanks for playing. Please buy our game.
Yep. And there's kind of a few different types of demos too, right? Like there's demos that give you a certain number of minutes within the game. Like you have 10 minutes free, go play the game.
Yep.
And then you have end of level, like you play level 1 and then end of it.
Play the first level. Like most of your Mega Man games, that's you play through the first level
and then boop. Buy it or don't.
You get to the boss and they don't let you fight the boss.
The digital culture also brought on something else where you couldn't revisit the demo. So once you played the demo, it was kind of like a ticket.
You played it once.
Right, and it registered it.
That was like 360 days.
Yes, that's coming back to me right now just while we're talking about it. A kind of a crazy example of a timed demo was the new Dragon Quest 11 demo that came out. They allowed you to play for 10 hours. And not only that, they allowed you to carry that character or whatever you had. If you purchased it, you could purchase it and you could just roll right into the game, which I think that's a plus of the digital culture as well.
There's been a couple other games that have done that, I think. Off the top of my head, I don't know. I have heard of some games advertising that, play the demo and, you can roll it right into the game.
Which makes sense, right? You're just buying a ticket or a pass just to release the lock on the game, and then boom. And that's how I think demos should be. Demos back in the day may have been a level that wasn't even in the game. Do you know what I mean? It was just kind of like to get the controls and stuff like that.
I was okay with that.
Games might have been a lot shorter back then, or a lot more constrained, where they couldn't just put a block on the game because, you know. One other cool announcement that kind of came out that I've never seen anything like it. Maybe you have, but Dragon Ball Fighter Z is allowing players for a limited time to try DLC characters before purchasing the DLC.
Now that I think is really cool.
That is wicked awesome. If we were given that ability on Battlefront 2, the last Star Wars game we played, I don't think we would have bought any DLC. I'm not even sure if we did anyway, because we kind of got sick of the game before DLC even really came out.
I don't think I played it, to be honest.
You didn't even play it? Then it must have been
two.
It must
the
have been
first one I
me,
did.
Mike, and Ian online. You had to have played online. I bought it digitally, so you probably got it. Maybe you never played it with us. I don't know.
I never played it.
Wow. Okay.
Because I heard it got bad reviews, so I was like, what's the point?
It was fun to play as the
I remember playing
heroes.
just the straightforward first Star Wars Battlefront.
Gotcha. That was PS2?
No, the first remake.
Oh, sorry. I'm like, go back to that. Sorry. Yeah, okay. I got you.
No, the first remake.
Gotcha, yeah.
No, then they did the second one on Xbox.
It was fun for a little bit, but it nothing
stagnant.
Yeah. It was like there were kill lanes, and then it just the objectives were weirdly placed. It just never flowed right. But in those instances, not just being a horrible game, but if it was an okay game, or take Destiny, for example, right? If we were given those, I know it's free to play now and all that stuff, but before it wasn't, and it was DLC every 3 months or whatever, 2 months, whatever it was, we may not have bought the DLC if we knew that they weren't fixing the things that we, didn't like, if there was a trial.
I wouldn't have bought all the DLC if I know it was going to go free to play.
Did you get the newest one, the Shadows, what is it called? The one on the moon.
I think I bought the expansion pass.
Okay. So that might have ended before this one.
No, it should have, I think, included this one.
Well, I've heard really good things about it. I have heard also that they redid it.
Yeah, they changed a lot of things. I heard, because I had a coworker tell me, I have a coworker that plays, and he said that they made a lot of good changes and it's good again.
Yeah. The one thing that I wish they had just done in the first place was just take D1, push it into D2,
and just expanded it.
Exactly. Just copy, paste, expand. Because I love D1. It was great. I know you got to move on, you got to make new things, but they really didn't change the game much. They just made it more difficult to do certain things. And those things I heard have been cleaned up. I heard the same thing from someone I work with. They said it's a really amazing game. It's being called now, I should say, an MMO. I don't know if I agree with that. I
feel like the first Destiny was more MMO-like.
Yeah.
To an extent.
An MMO to me is something, and this is just my view on MMOs, it could be completely wrong. There should be a lively community where you can all be in the same place at a time and there's no limit. You can have an auction house where you can trade goods. You should be able to trade between characters. When you don't have that element, it seems kind of like I'm in my character in a shared world.
Yeah.
But I can't really interact with you. I can't get something really cool. I don't really use it anymore. Here, you have it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that to me kind of takes away from the MMO aspect.
My other gripe with the game was the exotic gear.
Sure. You couldn't be full out exotic. You only had one exotic weapon, one exotic. That's a game breaking thing though, right? Like, they had to put a cap on that. Otherwise you'd see people just like
I could see the weapons, I understand that. But the armor
for PvE content.
The armor, in my opinion, you should be able to
just exotic out.
Yeah.
Exotic flow.
No, it's. I mean, even like in gameplay, it's about having the best set of gear you can get.
Yeah. In other MMOs, you could have the exotic pieces throughout the set and everything like that. It wasn't limited to one. I think how Destiny's built, though, because you can go in between PvP and PvE, it would break the game.
No, but the thing is that there's nerf set for PvE.
They do change how the weapons act between PvP and PvE.
Yeah.
That's true. So they could probably do the same thing with the armor. You know,
they already do it with the guns in PvP.
And I think that's one reason why Destiny will never really be truly competitive in the competitive market, is because the PvP can be so shifted based on armor. Where you look at like Halo or Call of Duty, yeah, there's items, but the armor is armor.
The armor is the armor.
There's no modifying it, really. I mean, you can like add things like a bubble shield or a turret or whatever, blah blah blah. But
I mean, the first Destiny, you pretty much could make the run of the mill with the Thorn, and
yes, and just poison people, and they go run behind a box, and you see their HP ticking away, and like, yeah, buddy, you're gonna die.
Tough luck.
That's a good memory, yeah. So, wrapping that back, I should have done a topic. We're gonna do a topic on MMOs eventually, and it will happen. Yep. Running back to the topic we're on, however, one of my earliest memories, I'm sure one of your earliest memories of getting a demo, was actually through magazines.
Oh God, I bought so many magazines
because the game disc, right?
Yeah. Oh, free demo disc.
I remember. Oh gosh, what was? I might not remember the game exactly, but I remember on the disc there was like a music video. So I think it was Duke Nukem. Was that part of a game? It was Korn. Band Korn, and it was on a disc. I can't. It could have been a special feature on an actual game that I'm thinking about, or it could have been on a demo disc with Duke Nukem. I don't really remember. But either way, I remember going to PlayStation Magazine. They were always on the, was it Store 24? Remember that? It's like a 7-Eleven, and they weren't really prevalent.
It was Store 24 back then, yeah.
Yeah.
Then it was Store 24, and then it was a white
hen?
White hen.
Yeah, okay.
It was a white hen for a while.
And I'm not sure, guys, if any of these are national brands. So if you're listening and you don't understand, don't worry. It's in a little town, and
then it became 7-Eleven,
which you might know. Out in the wilds.
Well, that's a nationwide chain.
Yeah, I was super happy when it became a 7-Eleven because that was right when Destiny 2 or Destiny 1 released. Because I went there and got my special edition Rockstar cans that I did not save. I just drank them. But they had codes for free gear and stuff like that. So I didn't want to save them because like my...
Yeah, the Halo...
Yeah, the Halo can, which I cannot find. Oh, it's up there.
Yeah.
It actually...
Mountain
the Mountain Dew can actually dissolved and it poked a hole. There's no more soda in there because it just pinholed out or something. Eroded away the can. That goes in your body. But geez, that's a Halo 3.
Game fuel.
What year did the Halo 3 come out? 2004?
2007.
7? That's right. A can.
September of 07.
12 years old, and it finally pinholed.
September of 07.
My birthday. All right. So that's our take on demos or trials. Let us know your earliest memory, or if you still enjoy demos and trials, or if you don't even bother with them. You just kind of skip over them and just say, you know what? I know what I like. I know what I don't like. Maybe you go to a game review site before it, but I like demos just for the purpose of maybe potentially saving me from buying a bad game. And actually, not on that point, I think it's a little bit of a red flag when games don't put out a demo. I think that says that they're not confident enough in their product to say, here, try it out.
Yeah.
That's like buying a car, saying, no test drive. Just buy it. You're fine. It's a little different. It's a little bit more of an extreme.
Yeah, I know that antenna is broken, but I'm not. Don't worry. I'm not going to tell you about it.
Don't worry about that.
A tree branch must have hit.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Your insurance will pay for it. Don't do that. That's fraudulent.
Very.
We'll get on to it. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No.
All right. We're going to get into a more fun topic, I think. I think we'll have a little bit of fun with this one. This is memorable collector's editions. And what I mean by that is maybe some collector's editions that we either unfortunately didn't get, which we'll get to yours. Maybe ones that we saw that maybe we didn't always want, but we appreciated. So I'll kind of go first and we can kind of pass it back and forth. Some of them are the same, so we'll just kind of...
Yeah, we've got a couple that are the same.
So. One that I've never owned, but I know you own, and Mike, I think Mike has it too. It's the Halo 3 Master Chief Helmet Collector's Edition. That one is cool.
So I didn't get that one at launch,
Mm-hmm.
and I wound up getting mine on clearance. They made so many of them. I paid like $50
Really?
back in the day. Yeah,
At like GameStop or Walmart or something.
I think I got it from Best Buy.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Because when they
Yeah.
launched, it was $130. I'm like, I kind of cringed at the price back then. And,
That's a big chunk of change.
yeah,
But a big chunk of change, yes. But I probably, if I had the liquid income to do it, I probably would do it because it was so cool. And Halo was a big part of our early first-person shooter lives. Like,
I took a very big gamble and waited.
yeah, well, good. I wonder how much did we see any at the convention? I don't remember seeing any of them.
No,
So I wonder if they're just on a hot. Maybe they're because you got it on clearance. Maybe it was just so over.
I think it was
Saturated.
oversaturated. To be
Yeah.
honest, they said it was limited edition,
Mhm.
and I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool.
Yeah. It's not wearable.
No,
It's probably
It's-
like 3/4 scale or
no, because it comes off of a pedestal that,
And the
that
games
holds
are-
the games
yeah,
in it.
Yep. Which
you
is
know.
a cool concept. Like, one, you don't have to worry about losing your games because you know where they're going to be. It's not taking any extra shelf space. It's just cool. I might actually look for that one to get. I built my own Halo helmet out of so that's cardstock paper, and then I put fiberglass sheets on the inside, and then resin. It's hard as a rock, and I use a motorcycle visor and some corrugated tubing on the sides there, and it actually has lights that light up on the side, which that was probably my most fun project I've ever done, which is why I couldn't save the rest of it because it was too big. I made the whole armor set. It was too small.
I remember you complaining that it would jab in you. It's like,
I
this
didn't-
thing hurts.
I was in a time crunch.
Yep.
Didn't
right.
have time to sand down the fiberglass.
Oof.
So here I am wearing like not spandex, but the athletic wear.
Yes.
So like Under Armour athletic wear, and there was a
God piece.
crotch piece, like one that looked like it was like a fiberglass diaper,
Yeah.
and just hurt all night long. I couldn't move my arms. I was
You looked really uncomfortable.
I was so
that night.
uncomfortable. If I ever post any photos of it, you will see how uncomfortable I was with it. I felt so cool wearing it, but it hurt so bad. Anywho, why don't you go over your next one? Oh, it's one that we share.
Yeah, it's one we share.
It's a really cool one though. Good.
The Modern Warfare 2 night vision goggles
How cool is that, guys?
that actually that work.
They worked. It was so cool.
I mean, it was limited. I think it was only good to, up to like 20 or 30
Yeah,
feet away.
it was. The field of vision was very poor. It wasn't like
But they worked.
they worked, and it was. I want to say again. I think Mike got this one. I've never owned this one. I think I worked at GameStop during this one. I remember like handing them out, or was it? No, maybe it was World War I.
We waited in line midnight launch for 'em.
So I didn't work at. I don't think I worked at GameStop yet. But it was so cool, and we don't have it on the list. But I'll just say the other Call of Duty one, the RC car one, was pretty cool too. The blow up car one. It's a
Yeah.
little cheesy because it's just an RC car, but I have to say Call of Duty makes them pretty memorable, at least.
Well, I mean, World War II, yeah, they had a canteen.
The bullet case.
The ammunition
Yeah,
box.
I had that, but only because I know I worked at GameStop then, and it was just pennied out. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I guess I'll take it home. Like, if you're gonna make me, and ended up in the closet. It rusted, and then I threw it out because it was actually metal. It's just threw it out. But no, the night vision goggles was super cool. All I could imagine back in the day was Cliffhanger in the one scene where Stallone puts up a flare in front of the bad guy's night vision goggles. He's like, ah! That's what I thought about, at least. Anyway, any Cliffhanger fans out there? Or Ace Ventura, they did the Cliffhanger scene. That was not the same scene, but they did a scene with the raccoon. Very good. You should watch it, maybe. All right, I'll go with the next one. Mine's Fallout 3. I did not get this one at launch. However, working at GameStop, there was one that always sat there, and I'm like, someone's going to buy this. I'm going to buy it. This one, I'm glad I did. I don't usually buy these things, but it came with a lunch pail. And inside the lunch pail was like a little art book thing, the game itself, and then a Pip-Boy bobblehead. Not the ones that you can find at Target loose now and everything like that. This one actually came with the collector's edition. And it was probably one of my most, not prized possessions, but I'm like looking at it right now. But it's one of my, I don't know, favorite, because I had so many hours upon hours and hours and hours in Fallout 3. I really enjoyed having the collector's edition for it.
I was jealous that you scored that one.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think it came with some like game codes too, but this didn't come with it.
It was a metal lunchbox.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I have the plastic sleeve that comes around it too. So there's a lunchbox that's just plain lunchbox that has like I think people on it. Yeah, it has like the Vault 101 on it.
Yep.
But then the sleeve, there's actually a vinyl sleeve that goes on it that adds a couple extra features onto it too. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, I really like that one. You can go with your next one.
Okay, well, I wound up getting Link's Awakening Dreamer Edition on Switch.
Nice.
Which came with a really nice art book, and it's just pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. Did it come with a amiibo at all, or did you get that separately?
No, the amiibo was separate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember walking through Target, and they had them out on like the little display thing up front, and I thought it was like attached at first. I was like, maybe I'll buy it. Amiibos are dangerous though, because I don't own any.
They are very addictive.
You brought them in.
I have several.
Yeah.
Several.
And actually, I got
two here,
Cloud over here. I got to move
there.
Cloud over here into the view. I'll probably put him on the SNES. But yeah, so I got you brought in the links over here, but those are dangerous because if I start getting one or two, I'll have to then start collecting.
I have about 15 now.
Yeah, no, I can't. I just cannot start that addiction. My next one is Final Fantasy 14. I got this as a launch edition because back in the day, we've discussed it multiple times. We played Final Fantasy 11, then we stopped playing that, and this game came out maybe a year or two after that. And the game sucked. It was really, really bad. The controls were wonky. The world didn't make sense. It was just bad. Which is why they had this whole cutscene where the world got destroyed and obliterated, and then the realm was reborn. And that's how they sold it after that. It was called Final Fantasy 14, A Realm Reborn.
Oh, I get it now.
So they got a new director. He said, we're not going to give up on the game, but we're scrapping the whole thing and we're starting fresh, which...
Oh, they pulled a Fortnite.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. Exactly. But Fortnite pulled a Final Fantasy 14, really.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But it was the best thing to happen to that game. I don't play that one. I never really got hooked on that one. I think about going back to it every once in a while. It was playable. It was a good way to pass the time. It wasn't bad by any means now, but back then, man, if Square Enix didn't produce that game, and any other publisher probably had it, they would have just let it gone free to play and let it die out. But because Square Enix has so much money, so much backing, so much clout, they were able to shut it down for I think it was a year, and then it was reborn. And it was good.
Wow, it was shut down for a year.
I don't want to say that specifically, but
even if it's shut down for months,
it felt like they rebuilt it from the ground up, and it came out and it was fantastic. Like the gamepad controller was all good again and everything like that. It just felt good. But in the collector's edition, there was a cool notebook, like a little scribble pad to put your notes in of your adventures. It's called an adventure log, I believe. It came with a security key, which still works to this day, which is kind of weird. It's just like this little thing that has a random code that syncs up to something. I don't think I ever...
Well,
it's a security token.
Isn't that your, your one-time use?
No, it's a
password.
It's a security key, right?
Yeah.
So you push a button, it's a randomly generated passcode.
Yeah, that always works for your account.
Yeah, but I never synced it to Wi-Fi or the internet, so I don't know how it goes back there and
it's linked to your account.
Yeah. Okay. And then there was artwork as well. And then the case was absolutely beautiful. The artwork on it, because it's like you have to have beautiful artwork if it's a Final Fantasy game. And it's huge. So That one I'm really happy I got that because I don't know if it's worth anything, but it's the original game before they crashed it or blew it up. So I really do enjoy having that on my shelf.
Well, I don't have any more that I have. I mean, I will say I regret not getting the Master Edition of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, go ahead, get in that.
Oh God, I kicked myself so hard for not.
What do you remember? What you like? Did you remember just not thinking it was gonna be a great game or something, or just didn't?
I thought I was. No, it's not that. I already had the game.
Yeah. Oh, did you have it on the Wii U?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I took a really big gamble thinking like Halo 3, thinking that there'd be an overabundance.
It's Zelda though.
I made a rookie move. What can I say?
That's yeah.
You know, I should have. I should say, I did get the Woo edition of WWE 2K19. The Ric Flair edition.
Yes. I remember talking about that last year, going to or leaving the convention or whatever.
I wound up getting that. Jay Shockblast had tipped us off that
that's right.
That 2K Sports was blowing them out half price on their website, and I wound up getting one on there.
That's awesome.
Half price.
Nice. And you get a little piece of his robe, right? Is that what it was? Chopped up piece of robe that goes square.
Came with a piece of his robe, a replica championship ring, and a limited edition Funko Pop.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff.
That you can only get this Funko Pop in that edition.
That's a lot of things in a collector's edition.
The Funko Pop is valued at what the set is worth right now. So
that's cool. That's cool. My last one, or not my last one. There's a few more I want to talk about that I didn't write down that I'm just thinking of now. But
I know, like I just did, right?
Yeah. Fable 3. That one was cool. It came in like a faux leather bound. It looked like a book, and you'd open the book. I think this was okay. This is another thing that kind of came out in the 360 era too. There was the regular edition, limited edition, and then collector's edition.
Yeah, I know, 3 different versions.
And Destiny's followed suit with that. They've done that a number of times now, where you get the limited edition is like a steel case, but the collector's edition is a steel case plus a go bag or whatever. Anyway. Fable 3, I believe it was either the collector's or limited, I don't remember exactly, but it was like a faux leather bound book that you could like put on your shelf and it looked like a book. Inside, of course, was hollow. It came with a deck of cards, and my favorite thing, and I still use to this day, is a coin. It's a really heavy coin, and it has a good side and an evil side. Because in Fable 3, you could play it good or evil.
Yep.
And you'd flip the coin and...
kind of like Two-Face.
Yeah. If you wanted to play purely by... luck of flip of the coin, you could do that, and just that's the point of it. You could flip the coin to make your decisions through the game. I never did that. I was always good because reasons, moral reasons. Yeah, that's what I did. So that one was really cool. I've been trying to pick it back up because I lost it. I have the deck of cards and I have the coin. For some reason, I don't have the case. I don't know what happened to it. I've lost it in the move, or maybe it got wet or something. I don't know, because I just don't remember. But the 2 that I want to mention, because I'm still kind of on the hunt for one of them, Destiny 1. That collector's edition was super cool. That was the first time you could get a ghost. It was the orange, kind of brownish ghost. And it came with, I think, an atlas or an art book. In the case, it was like this big. It was pretty beefy.
No kidding. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I'll show you it to you after the show, but it was really, really cool mainly because it was the first time you could get a ghost. I know that I got the black ghost right behind your shoulder there because I put them there. It's like it's your ghost.
Yeah, the Amazon.
And I got this one that you got for me. You picked up Target?
Yeah, Target.
Yeah, I think because during... this time we were hunting for the McFarlane things.
Yeah, and they hadn't even announced. They hadn't even announced.
There's like 6 of them are released now, though, vinyl ones at Target. Yeah. I've seen them, and I'm like,
there's all different versions.
Yeah, the Hunter, Titan, Warlock, and then they have the Crucible.
Yeah, I got Cades.
Oh, you got Cades? Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. That'd be one I might be interested in. I was kind of more of a Zaval dude, the Titan, of course. But and then the other one, the last one I'll mention is Borderlands 1, I believe. Do you remember? You played Borderlands, right?
The Loot Crate.
The Loot Crate. How cool was that?
That is pretty cool.
It's. I've seen people make tables out of it. They put that at the bottom and they put like a glass or plexiglass on top of it, and that's just kind of cool. Like it's a good way to use a collector's edition because it's so big. But inside that was a Marcus bobblehead, the narrator. And there was I can't remember exactly everything that was in it. I just like the case. The case is super cool to me because it's just like I would love to do that. Just have that and put the glass on top of it and. It's a table now.
Didn't you have the collector's edition for Mirror's Edge?
No, but I did get a book of it. Oh, no.
The messenger bag.
Yeah, I didn't buy the collector's edition. Spoiler alert. Not spoiler alert. Cool story alert. So this is when I was at college, away at college. I went to the GameStop out there, and I'm like, I kind of want to pick up this game, Mirror's Edge, blah, blah, blah. So I walk in, I'm like, hey, you have any copies of the game, Mirror's Edge? They're like, yeah, we got a copy of that. No one's buying it. And the guy's just like, you know what? Why don't you just take this pre-order bonus too? Because no one's picking up this game. And he threw the messenger bag at me. And I'm like...
They just gave it to you?
They gave it to me. It was so cool because it's this yellow duffel messenger bag they have in the game. And it had a whole bunch of slots because, like, if you've ever played Mirror's Edge, you were basically like an underground post person where you had all these secret messages. And it's an exact replica of that. Sad story is I don't think I have the bag anymore. I think I got rid of it, which kind of makes me sad. But that's one of those items that takes up space that either you use it or you don't, and I just didn't use it.
Yeah.
It wasn't really functionally usable, and I didn't have a layout like this back then. I lived in a small apartment, and I had to go. So that was it. And I also have an illustrated book that, again, was like pennied out at GameStop that I kind of picked up just because I really enjoyed that game, too.
I've actually got a sealed copy of the... walkthrough guy, the Halo 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I got from GameStop.
Oh, there it is right there. Yeah, I got the Halo 3 one right next to the Mirror's Edge one. And I think I have Dragon Age 2.
Mine is still sealed.
That's cool.
It was pennied out.
Oh, did I give it to you?
No, one of your old coworkers did.
Oh, cool. Yeah, See, back when I worked there, I thought it was like be a cool idea. Like if it's a random pre-order that you get, like from just like a regular customer, I was like, just give them one of our pennied out guides. Don't throw them in a dumpster. Even if they don't play that game ever, it's still cool to have those things. And so I think it caught on.
They don't do that anymore.
Well, that's sad because
they're told not to.
They're literally penning them out and throwing them in the dumpster when you can use that as like, hey, pre-order, I'll give you this thing.
Nope, they're told to throw it in the dumpster.
That's silly.
That's corporate.
That's super silly. That's not building any kind of relationship with your customer.
It's corporate.
All right. We did get a mailbag question in.
We did.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to answer it, but here we go.
Mailbag.
Yeah. I'm going to try it out. See if I like it or not.
Okay.
That might be edited out.
Quite possibly.
So the mailbag question, it came from our good friend, Mr. Yurkovicius. He wanted to know if we saw the Joker movie and if we liked it.
I have not.
I haven't either.
I finally got around to seeing Spider-Man Far From Home, though.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How'd you like it? Did you like the spider monkey?
It was good.
Yeah.
Oh
my God, you tell me that. We could have talked about that.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry.
Go ahead. What were your first initial
It was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
It took a long time to get into it, I felt.
Yeah. Long. Because the whole time you're like, that's Mysterio. He's effing with them. Yeah. Like the whole time you're just like, get to the point.
Yeah.
I can finally tell you what Veronica had noticed. She didn't get upset. She got distracted by the characters not acting like the characters would, and you find out at the end. This is spoiler alerts, everybody. So
yeah, I'll
give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So Samuel Jackson, he was throughout the movie, but he was what are those green dudes called? Now I completely forgot, and I'm prepared for this. Oh my God, I can't remember what they're called, and it's gonna bother me now. But basically the whole time he was acting weird. Creed, thank you. He was acting weird because it wasn't him.
Yeah.
He was out on a space station or something like that with the other Creeds. You'd have to see Captain Marvel and that to kind of get the sequence of events. But basically,
anyways, it got really good towards the end.
Mm-hmm. It was a good Spider-Man movie.
Yeah,
and
I thought so.
I'm happy that they're going to be getting back together. And then, how did you think about this? We won't say it, but how did you think about the super spoiler at the end?
I was shocked by that.
Yeah, I'm glad that they brought back the James Jameson that they did, though.
Oh, that part was cool.
That was so cool that they brought him back because his voice is just that iconic voice.
He made that. I mean, I honestly think in the original Spider-Mans, he was good.
He embodied that character.
Oh God, yeah,
1,000%. I really enjoyed him as that, and I'm glad they brought him back. That's not the spoiler, by the way.
When they casted him in the original movies, that's how I always pictured that character being reading the comics.
Yep.
Just that brash voice, and
you cannot read him in text without hearing that voice.
Oh yeah,
that's what it is. So that was really cool. But then the other spoiler that I don't want to say, but I don't know how they would have gone on to another Spider-Man movie if they didn't get back with Disney. Just put it that way.
True.
Because holy moly.
Very, very, very true.
Yeah.
We went off tangent on the question.
We're having a fun conversation.
we're Marvel boys. Sorry.
Sorry.
I do want to go. I want to see. Yeah. I want to see it. I heard it was good.
Yeah.
It is taking some
risks.
Well, it's taking some flack from the public too.
Oh well, yeah, because of how sensitive I don't want to say people, but how sensitive the atmosphere is towards certain violence and stuff like that. But it's a movie, guys. It's no different than any other. I don't say real to life movies, but you got mobster movies, you got serial killer movies. Like these movies come out because there's a story to tell, and it's one person's point of view, and you can't just copy and paste. Well, this is going to show somebody a roadmap on how to do these things. Or you're going to encourage this violence to happen. No. Mental illness is a real thing. And if it's not taken care of by people that notice it or our government or whatever you want to say, I don't want to get too political, but if it's not taken care of at the root, it's not going to all of a sudden bloom or blossom because of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. That's not how it works. So anyway. No, we haven't seen it. I do plan on seeing it. I'll probably see it when it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray.
Most likely when I'll see it.
I probably won't get to the theater to see if it's still in theater. It's probably still in theaters.
It's tough to get to the theater.
Yeah. I'll do it for like a blockbuster every now and then, but anything that's like more drama, more serious, I usually just wait for it to come out on DVD. Because I go to the movies to see like on a big. I don't need to see the Joker on like this type of Joker on a big screen. So, but we'll maybe talk about it when we see it.
Yeah.
So stay tuned to that. Guys, any of the topics today, let us know what you think about them. Let us know some of your memorable collectible editions that you have as a kid. Let us know about your ideas or feelings on demos and trials going forward in this digital culture. Let us know if you got an SNES controller, because I would love to just rub that in Andy's face. Let us know if you're excited about the Cowboy Bebop in production. Guys, you're a Gentleman Geek. Later. Bye, guys.
This has been a Gentlemen Geek production. Follow us on Twitter at gentlemen_geek. Or visit our WordPress website at www.gentlemengeekpodcast.wordpress.com. Thank you for listening.